to support this wonderful cause of ensuring that the lions can roar out there in the jungle. I am very pleased that this morning we are joined by a member of the royal family, a true princess from the royal family, the daughter of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, and that is Princess Phumzile Buthelezi, who is here with us.
Welcome, welcome!
We are also joined by a member of our National Executive Committee, Mrs. Mdunga, who is here, Advocate Mitchell, who is there, and many, many other comrades, Councillor Tomputi Kumata, Councillor Mdung Kosi, and others. As you would note, it's probably difficult for you to hear me. We have been silenced from that side, but we will not be silenced in our quest to ensure that the lions can continue roaring out there in the jungle. Yeah! We want to thank Chris Mercer for his initiative that he's put in all these years. We want to thank this young lady here, Christine Jordan, for her initiative. Because when she first came to see Prince Buthelezi, the leader of the IFP, we said, who is this crazy young girl now coming to talk about lions? And she persuaded us to join this march today. Unfortunately, things went awry, but we are here to say that we support the cause for the lions in the jungle. Yeah. Prince Buthelezi has been involved for over 50 years in conservation issues in KwaZulu-Natal and in South Africa. He's been the founder of the Bureau for Natural Resources when he was Chief Minister of the KwaZulu government. He worked with people like Dr. Ian Clare for the last 55 years. He's worked with the late Nick Steele, who's also worked in the Bureau for Natural Resources as a CEO. When we took over government in 1994, the first KwaZulu government was headed by the IFP under Premier Mdlalose. And one of the portfolios that we placed a lot of focus on was the Ministry of Environmental Affairs and Agriculture. But Environmental Affairs stood on its own as a ministry. And I was very fortunate to have been given the opportunity by Prince Buthelezi, the president of our party, to politically head the Ministry for Environment Affairs for almost 10 years in KwaZulu-Natal. So we've got a long history in conservation issues. This is not, we are not Johnny-come-latelys when it comes to conservation issues. We've been involved in these matters for a number of years because we care. As the IFP, we care about people, we care about the environment, and we will continue to care. I am sorry that Prince Buthelezi himself is not here with us today, but he would have really liked to be here, but he's asked me to deliver an address on his behalf, and please bear with me for 5 minutes or so as I deliver this address, because it has some very, very pertinent issues that relate to the environment and relate to what is happening here today. Today, in about 62 cities around the world, people of all color and creed are marching in protest. We are marching on behalf of those who have no voice, those who are abused, caged, hunted, and killed. We are marching on behalf of the hundreds of lions facing a brutal life and undignified death to satisfy the monster of canned lion hunting. The IFP is marching because we share the concern of men and women who fear for our lions' future. People like Christine Jordan and their wonderful team there. We thank God for people who have sleepless nights worrying about the fate and treatment of our lions, and people who act on their behalf. But it's not only people who have sleepless nights, but people who shed tears, because I saw tears rolling down the cheeks of some of the activists here today. Many believe that the level of enlightenment in any society can be measured by how its people treat animals. It is a severe indictment on South Africa that our government has failed to protect the king of the beasts. They have failed to stand up for his right to life. In so doing, they have failed us all. On Wednesday this week, the IFP proposed a motion in Parliament in Cape Town, and I was sitting there in Parliament supporting today's global march and calling on government to ban the cowardly practice of canned lion hunting. We declared in Parliament that trophy hunting is, as the Kenyan government so aptly put it, a barbaric relic of colonialism. It must go, it is wrong. But the ruling party failed our alliance again. Yet they were speaking there today saying they support the thing. They defeated the motion the IFP presented on Wednesday in an effort to silence your voice in Parliament. And I'm glad that the singer said that we need to hold politicians and political parties accountable. So today we are here to say we are accountable to you. We become your voice in Parliament because hundreds of thousands can't go to Parliament. It's only 400 members that are there, and we are very proud to be there in the thick of things to represent you. I wonder how they will ignore the voices of hundreds of us from the streets of Durban, the streets of Cape Town, the streets of Port Elizabeth and Pietermaritzburg and the rest of the world. We join the voices echoing from cities across the world. We will not be silenced.
Yes.
We cannot be silenced, for we speak on behalf of the lion. We must roar where he cannot. We are his voice. Knowing this, the IFP did not stand down. We challenged the ruling party in Parliament, pointing out that we had followed a procedure and given them advance notice of our motion. We had in fact caught them napping, for they never challenged our motion before it was read in Parliament. Because of this, the IFP would not stop fighting, would not be silent. We won a decisive victory for our lions. On Thursday again, we put the motion again in the House to the Speaker, and Parliament adopted the IFP's motion supporting this march and supporting the global march against canned lion hunting. What we foresee from now is with the kind of support that we will get from ordinary citizens in South Africa, that we have greater representation in Parliament, in the 5th Parliament, where we will continue to roar on your behalf. And we will continue to put pressure on government so that there is legislation to ban this practice. It must be legislated so those who come here from abroad and think, well, they have dollars, they can pay $100,000, it's more than R1 million, 100,000 is nothing for them, and go away with a lion as a trophy. We must stop that nonsense. There are other ways in South Africa where we can generate income for ordinary people in our country. We don't have to generate income through this barbaric practice, because it's shooting lions today, it's shooting rhinos, it's killing rhinos. Tomorrow it'll be shooting people of Africa to say, you see, I've killed an African and I paid so much for it. So we must stop this nonsense now. We call on government to recognize its duty, the duty to protect our wildlife and preserve the heritage of our children. We call on government to consider the significant effects that its inertia is having on tourism in South Africa. The revenue our country draws from trophy hunters is nothing compared to the revenue we lose from people who reject South Africa because of the way we treat our lions and other animals. So, colleagues, the leader of the IFP has given us a great example. Over many years, Prince Buthelezi has won international acclaim for his work in conservation. He respects our environment and has played a leading role in protecting South Africa's population of rhinos and elephants. Today, he fights for our lions. And on behalf of the Inkatha Freedom Party and its president, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, we want to petition government to do the right thing. Ban canned lion hunting. Stop the carnage. Honor our lions and honor the wishes of people in this country and the wishes of people around the world, and honor our heritage. Amanda! Amanda! Thank you. Roar, Colin, roar! Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, really cool. You happy? Really cool. Yeah, that's the whole day. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome.
Oh, well done.
So where do you guys go? Yeah.
Colleagues, we just want to thank again China, Sheila for being here. We want to thank our NEC member for being here. Others couldn't stand the heat of being here. We want to thank our municipal manager. Makaba, Comrade Angie Zulu, for being here. He's been one of the prime supporters of this campaign, together with Mayor Manana. I want to thank Advocate Anthony Mitchell. Advocate Anthony Mitchell, who is our researcher in Parliament, Cape Town. All the hard work he's done, all the drafting of motions and everything else that he's done. And this young lady, you guys are wonderful team in all the hard work. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, comrades. We're going to go back peacefully, back to our vehicles, and then the election is around the corner, guys. Please, please. We've got to work hard. We've got to make Swana proud. We've got to make us proud. Councillor Kamputi, thank you very, very much indeed. And Councillor Kossi, thank you very, very much. All your transport is now here. Transport is now here. You don't have to walk back. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Viva, viva. Viva.
Nice one. Yeah? Done.